it to America, bitches.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are covering the tell-all and we're covering Jasmine and Gino. She is here to terrorize all of us. Well, not all of us. Maybe only you if you're in Michigan. The producers are as messy as us, and they pan to the break room where all of the cast members are basically talking a lot of crap about Jasmine and Gino, mostly Jasmine. Statler expressed exactly how I feel. I used to strongly dislike Gino, but Jasmine makes me want to protect him because I don't think he has a backbone, but we already know that. So they're talking about both of them, and in comes Gino, and I love that everyone was like, we were just talking about you. And he was like, yeah, because he expected it. And they're talking and talking and talking, and the camera pans to these glittery shoes stepping closer and closer.
You were not expecting me to be here, but here I am.
There she is. She makes her declaration that she's here, and she also lets them know, I heard everything you said. I love that they were all equally stunned and disgusted, because they're like, oh, I'm going to have to spend all day long filming with her. And she basically tells them, listen, we all have flaws. We showed the negative parts of ourselves in this show. So basically to not judge her. I think they all could be judged a little bit.
Definitely.
Do you recognize that you're toxic?
I don't think anyone's put a label on anyone, but what I have seen, Gino, I'm very worried for you.
Okay, first of all, like you're being very judgmental.
In the studio, Sean asks Jasmine, how did she get here? Because when we left off in the immigration process, she was crying at the embassy. Jasmine reveals that that day that we saw her in the embassy, from then till now, there has been a year, and she's only been in the US for a few days. And of course, she wasted no time in talking crap about Michigan. And my thing is, when these people talk crap about these places, I'm just like, we have so many resources now. You couldn't YouTube a video about Michigan. You couldn't Google photos. You're telling me that you just found out that Michigan is cold? Sure, I'm sure there's a difference in feeling it, but you gotta have been at least a little bit prepared. Sean wastes no time in jumping into the Dane of it all. She's like, that's nice. So Dane, tell me more about him. And they show possibly the most embarrassing thing that can happen to you when you're in a relationship.
Hey,
Hi, baby.
it's good to see you. What's been happening? How's it having Gino in town?
I wish I could say like a honeymoon.
Oh no, what happened?
It's so embarrassing, but he doesn't want to have sex with me.
That's not good.
No sex, baby. It's
Yeah.
like I'm as
Jazz. You are naughty.
Talking so much crap about her intimate life with Gino. And I don't know about you, but my worst nightmare would be for my partner to talk crap about me, especially about such vulnerable things like that to their ex. One, when I know that there may be some unfinished business there. Two, that's super personal, and I would just hate to know that there is someone out there that has dirt on me in that way. It's just all types of wrong. The cast members seem to agree, and I'm glad that they gave her shit for that. The way that Gino wouldn't be able to see another day if he did that to her. I mean, we haven't heard the end of him sending a photo to his ex about her. So imagine like disclosing details the way she was. Sean asks Jasmine about the tape. Was there a tape? What did it happen a month before Gino came to Panama? She says that it wasn't. She says that it was something that they filmed when they were together and that she still had it somewhere in the iCloud. I don't think that was crazy to, I mean, maybe she should have told Gino that it existed after they made up from that horrible fight. I think that that's information that she should have cleared up. Like, hey, listen, I didn't do this while we were together. I just know that I had that, so I wanted to use it against you. That's something that she should have shared in the privacy of, their relationship. But for her to just act all nonchalant about it and have that reveal happen in front of everyone, again, just like is another point against her. Do I think she's crazy for having it on the iCloud? No. I think the problem here, because, everyone has a past, and she's like in her mid-30s, I think maybe 40s. She's going to have a life before Gino. Like, we can't judge her for that. I think it's the omitting of the truth that most people have a problem with. But then Sean asks when was the last time that she spoke to Dane. And again, this is another reveal that Gino had no idea about.
Jasmine, have there been any other meetings with Dane that Gino doesn't know about?
I'll be very honest because I choose to be honest. I know you're gonna get mad.
Uh-oh.
But I knew that I was coming to America, and I don't know when I'm gonna go back to Panama again. And I didn't know if I will ever see Dan again. He proposed a goodbye dinner.
Goodbye dinner? What the is that?
Jasmine, when was this?
February 14th.
It's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Which
Day.
is the day of friends.
There is no way that she wasn't cheating on him. Listen, Jasmine revealed during the show that she and Dane used to meet up weekly for lunch or coffee or just a little talk. And then whenever her and Gino had issues, they would have FaceTimes like the ones that we saw. But this? Here's the thing. That goodbye dinner was unnecessary. And Jasmine knows it. She's playing in our face like we're idiots, and we're not. So I want to add a disclaimer. I am Latina as well. And in Latin American countries, Valentine's Day is called El Día del Amor y la Amistad, which is the day of love and friendship. So sure, you could have dinner with a friend. However, I wouldn't use that policy on someone that I have history with. I don't care if you're my friend. Valentine's Day, at this point, we've already crossed the line. We can't cross it back for holidays like that. So that's not something that I would have celebrated with him. She knows that, but she's playing with the line. But also, her playing in our face with, we didn't know it was Valentine's Day until we saw all the hearts.
I didn't even realize. You know when realized it was Valentine? When we went to the restaurant and there were hearts everywhere. I was like, oh,
You guys.
Jasmine, you've shown us how calculated you are. So you think that all of a sudden you won't know that it's Valentine's Day? You were probably hounding Gino for a gift, so I'm sure that you were aware of the day of the calendar. And I know that Dane probably knows. You don't get people that you've been romantically linked with involved with what's happening in your current situation, because Jasmine is giving Dane ammunition to think that he can get her if he wants. He's already been with her, so he knows what it takes. He knows her temperament. He knows that she's interested in the financial things, fancier things in life. And he knows that she's not satisfied with her sex life with Gino. So if you're constantly going to be going to him about the negative things in your relationship, he's going to use that to try to seduce you or get whatever it is that he wants from you. So I'm pretty sure Dane knew that it was Valentine's Day as well.
I could see a world where Dane said, well, hey, if it's really that bad, why don't you come on downstairs to my place tonight and we'll just crack a bottle of wine and talk about it.
I mean, we had had so much sex in the past that we got sick and tired of
But
it.
so gross.
I feel so bad for Gino, but at this point, I'm like, sir, do you have a humiliation kink? Because how can you hear all this and still stay? It makes me a little sad, honestly. I'm so happy that people are calling her out for the double standards because do you guys remember the first season that we saw Jasmine and Gino? Where she was constantly on the phone with him because she wanted to see how he would interact with the waitress. So she yelled at him when he asked the cashier her name when she was handing him his meal, and she was hounding him when he decided that he wanted to tip the waitress in Panama. Those were things that were so minuscule. If Gino did the things that she did, if Gino was still in touch with an ex, we wouldn't hear the end of it. She would be crying, she would be throwing things. I mean, remember how much of a fit she had when he still had his house painted in the colors that his ex wife selected? That was paint. The ex wife is nowhere near in the picture. She has Dane fully involved in her life, but no one is allowed to say anything about it. Now, Jasmine, come on. Jasmine is textbook abuser, and she's, to me, one of the worst because she constantly uses her trauma against Gino. Your trauma isn't anyone's responsibility. Sure, your partner can walk you through and help you find resources and be a source of support for you, but they're not a punching bag. And Jasmine abuses Gino. He expresses hurt, and then she says, "I'm hurt that you're hurt, and I'm hurt that you're telling me that I hurt you." And it's like a whole thing that he has to console her. And it's just so hard to watch. It really is triggering. I know that word is overused, but I do get like a visceral reaction to her. And I love that the producers had Statler kind of describing the kind of abuser that Jasmine is, and then panning back and forth to Jasmine, like literally ripping Gino apart backstage, being like, "I'm not going to change, and you need to have my back, and you this, and you that," when she was in the wrong. All Gino did was ask questions to things that he probably would have asked those questions privately if she would have revealed them privately. But she revealed them publicly. So he's allowed to have natural reactions. And I think that they were pretty demure reactions. He was his anger was pretty contained, if at all.
And you were so judgmental out there. Like, I can take from everyone telling me, but you were so judgmental and you're acting like you don't know me or like I have cheated on you. I'm always honest to you. I'm not gonna feel bad about something that it's part of my past. I have to find it and delete it, okay?
And you don't have any other files of any
No,
more of
I
your
don't.
boyfriends,
I don't.
sex videos, and like that?
I don't. You better start standing by my side because trying to adapt to this whole new country and you're not making it easier for me, okay? I'm just gonna be myself, so deal with it.
So that was just nasty work, honestly. Then she was telling him that he's making the transition to America harder. Him expressing his hurt does not affect the transition. It's just such a cop-out. Unfortunately, we're going to see more of Jasmine in the next episode because, of course, now that they're out of the ring of fire, she's going to be picking apart everyone else's relationship. So we have that commentary to look forward to. But let me know what you think. How long do you give Jasmine and Gino? I know they're going to be in the new season of the 90-Day Fiancé. Do you think that they're going to make it to the altar? Do you think that we'll see more of Dane? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like this video. See you soon.